Did P max out? Are you happy that you went the pony clipper route? How long is it going to be until you get another horse? How to grow your confidence over bigger fences? My name is Madison and welcome back to my channel. Long time no talk, y'all. I feel like I have not sat down and talked to y'all in forever. I am currently at college. This is my apartment. A lot has changed in the last couple months and I thought I would give y'all a little update. I asked y'all to ask me some questions on Instagram and on my YouTube little community tab and got quite a few questions that I thought I'd go through and answer today, revolving life updates, everything like that in general. So before we get onto the Q&A, I wanted to start with a little life update because I know I love this. I know so many of you are concerned about Penelope and that means the world to me, so I thought I would just explain that and everything else. So let's get started. Alrighty, so for those of you who maybe are new here or don't know me very well, my name is Madison. I am 19. I am currently an aerospace engineering student at CU Boulder, so nothing horse related whatsoever. I have been riding for 10 years now, 19 years I want to say, and I have a little Welsh pony back home. Her name is Penelope. She is now 9. I got her when she was 5, took her from her first ever recognized show to novice, and she's crushing it. And she means the world to me. I know you all love her very much and are very concerned about her, and that means so much to me. So since I've been at college, last year was my freshman year, I started out on the CU Equestrian team and just decided that was not my vibe. I didn't like it. I was dreading going, which is not at all how riding should feel, right? So second semester, I didn't really know what I was gonna do. I stopped riding for a few months just because I didn't really have any options to ride, and then of course quarantine happened. I went back home, was able to be with P all last spring and over the summer. Since I've been back at school now, I made the decision not to bring Penelope with me, and I'm very happy about that decision, which I know a lot of y'all have asked about. As of right now, I am not planning on bringing her back. Nothing against her, it simply is just the fact that I don't have enough time. I don't have the time that she deserves, if that makes any sense. So right now, my mom and my sister are out there 5-6 days a week with Penelope and Savannah. They're happy, they love each other, the horses love each other. My mom and my sister take such good care of them. They're riding them all the time, taking them on trail rides. And that is just what Penelope needs. She needs the love and the attention and not the attention I have for her, if that makes sense. Not in a bad way. Of course, I wish I could be with her every second of every day. But on Tuesdays, for example, I literally have class and work from 8 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. I have a 30-minute break between 5 and 5:30. Other than that, I pretty much work and have class all the way straight. I literally have a 2.5-hour class from 5:30 to 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. So my point is, I am very busy here and I do not have the time that Penelope deserves, which makes me sad. I really do wish I could have her out here. I miss her so much, but I do think it is just best for her to be back home with my mom and my sister right now. Of course, never say never. You never know what's gonna happen in the next couple of years, but as of right now, I don't feel like I have enough time to give her that she needs. Just because she is in such great hands. So, not to brag on them, but if y'all follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this a little bit. This fall, my mom actually did 2 recognized events on Penelope. They were my mom's first shows. They were just an intro, but I'm still so proud of them. They got 4th out of 18 people or something like that at Skyline at intro. they added just a little bit of cross-country time. My mom knows Penelope likes to go really fast, so she went like a little too slow and overcompensated by going too slow. And then she went to the event at Archer and actually won on Penelope, which makes me so happy. So they finished on their dressage score of like a 20 something, which is just so awesome. So my mom next year will be moving up to beginner novice on Penelope, and I'm so happy, just at the point where Penelope can be a teacher and a leader, because if any of you have been here for the last like 4 or 5 years, you would know that I have held Penelope's hand for so long with just about everything. She was, oh my gosh, especially when we were first starting to event, we struggled a lot. She needed me to hold her hand through every little thing. If I tried to give her a little bit more trust than she probably deserved, she would take advantage of it and would either stop or I don't know. Either way, so it just makes me so happy that Penelope is now at the point where she can be the teacher to my mom instead of her rider teaching Penelope. So I'm so excited for them, and I just like want y'all to know that Penelope is an amazing hand. She's still being ridden and jumped and worked and just loved so much, so she's not out just like in a field somewhere not doing anything. My mom's flipping winning recognized horse trials on her, so either way. I know there's been a lot of concern of like if I'm neglecting her, whatever, and like I don't feel like I have the time that she needs, like I said, and my mom definitely does. My mom absolutely loves her, and it makes me so happy. So I will insert some pictures and some videos or something of my mom and P at some past horse shows, because they flippin' crushed it. Yeah, I'm so happy. Either way. Okay, so now about myself and what I've been up to. I actually have had the pleasure of working with a local barn out in Boulder. The lady who runs and trains at the barn I have known for probably 6 years just through horse shows. And I reached out to her and was like, any chance you need help exercising horses? She's like, oh my gosh, yes, please. So a couple times a week, I've only been going out between 1 and 3 times a week just because I don't have a ton of time. I'll go out and ride a few horses a day just for her, which has been such a great opportunity, riding everything from like the little 12-hand 3-year-olds to like the 17-hand like warm blood thoroughbred, I don't even know what. Either way, point is, it has been such an amazing experience for me. I've had just like so many opportunities to just ride different types of horses, really focus on myself and really improve my like well-roundedness and versatility as a rider. So that's been amazing. So now on to the questions. First question says, will you do more eventing in the future? I would absolutely love to. I don't know if that's going to be in like 6 months or in like 6 years, but I would absolutely love to. I miss it so much. There's just so many things that are up in the air. Ideally, I have an internship next summer, and whether that internship is like with Audi in Germany or right here in Boulder, I have no idea. It all honestly all just kind of depends on if I get accepted to any internships. And if I only get accepted to one, I'm gonna take it probably no matter where it is. So if it happens to be right around here, I'll probably keep riding, and there's a chance that I will event. Like I said, if it's in Germany, probably not. I will event at some other point in my life. I can tell you that much. I miss it so much, and college is just so busy, but yes, at some point. Do you have any plans on getting another horse in the future? Not as of right now, just because I feel like rather than having 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm at the point where I have 5 hours a day, but only 3 days a week. So I have more time for less horses less often, if that makes any sense. So I just feel like I don't have enough time each day that a horse, like owning a horse, would deserve. So no, not as of right now. I just like feel like I am not currently in the state where I would give a horse its like best care in life and everything like that. So tips for saving for shows, lessons, etc. all I'm gonna say is do odd jobs, because whether you want to be a working student, I would just reach out to your trainer and see if they need extra help with anything. They might need help with lessons, cleaning tack, whatever. You can earn lesson credit that way. I've also definitely done the whole like I said, odd jobs kind of side, where people will pay me $4 for every barrel of poop I scoop from there, or every load of poop I scoop from their paddock. I've just like put out little flyers at the barn saying that. Cleaning tack is another big one, like right around show season and things like that. Also, people really neglect their tack in the winter and in the off season, so definitely reach out and definitely like maybe put out a flyer or something on Facebook or something, just because a lot of people neglect their tack in the winter, and you reaching out might spark their inspiration to have you clean it for them. There's so many ways you can just find money or find little odd jobs that you can make money still revolving horses, which can lead to, you know, the next thing. Maybe you want to braid at shows or what have you. Someone asks, what are your favorite and essential items for riding and horses in general? Ooh, I have mentioned this before, but I've kind of taken a turning point in my products I use over the last year, if you want to say. I've gotten to the point where I'd rather have less things but make them higher quality. So rather than have two rather than have 10 $20 saddle pads that are kind of not the highest quality, I'd rather have like 2 Eco Golds or something that's going to be really good for my horse's back, and just their overall well-being. So I would say higher end things, not like in like a prestigious way, but I definitely feel like quality over quantity is kind of my new role model, or my new saying, if you will. So saddle pads, by far, Eco Golds, I cannot say enough good things about them. They clean so easily, they're so good for your horse's back. They just keep my horses not sweaty, they help my tack not move. If you know Penelope, she has the shortest, roundest back in the entire world. So her saddle moves a lot, and I've really seen a difference with Eco Golds. What else do I really like? I definitely am a splurger when it comes to like recovery items. So the ice vibes I have really liked. Just having a good pair of ice boots in general. Penelope, I'm so happy with her. This last year, she, for the first time ever, tolerated the big bucket ice boots that go above her knee. She's never been a fan of them, which is why I've always resorted to something like the ice vibes. Or just like another type of ice boot, but the big bucket one she's now tolerating. So definitely, yes, definitely recovery items would be some of my favorite items. While they are not always essential, or they may not be considered essential, I definitely think they are, because they definitely improve the well-being of your horse. And then she says, what are your favorite riding breeches and apparel? You guys already know the answer to this one. I am obsessed with Carrots. I have worked with them in the past, and I'm not sponsored by them. I never have been paid to say anything about them, but I firmly believe in all that the company stands for. Their quality is amazing. They have the most amazing customer service. And of everything else I've tried, nothing stands up like they do, especially for their relatively inexpensive prices. So Carrots all the way. How do you stay in shape for eventing? I would say a lot of your rides need to not only be focused on your horse, but on you as well. So when you do your trot sets every week and your like high intensity interval training with your horses, which is like typically what I like to do once a week with my horses, so I'll do something like a minute of walk, 2 minutes of trot, 3 minutes of canter, that build up, build that down. Do that 3 or 4 times. However, when you're just sitting there trotting, don't just post. Work on yourself then. Your canter time is your time when the horse's heart rate should be peaked, and that's okay, like for you to just sit there and just like a half seat or something. But during that trot time when your horse is recovering, really work on yourself. Whether that is do 2 minutes of no stirrups, do 2 minutes of jumping position, do something that's really gonna incorporate your own fitness into your horse's rides to really strengthen that. Same thing goes with just your hack rides. Typically when I'm cooling out or just having a super light casual hack ride, I will try to do sets of like my fitness, like I was saying. So do 3 minutes of jumping position, 3 minutes of no stirrups, whatever it is. Just try to really work on your core and your leg and your back during what may be considered downtime. And then of course, just finding other avenues. Cross training is amazing. I've gotten into running more lately, so definitely try something like that just to really get your heart rate up. I definitely find that if I'm ever out of shape, I will feel it on like the last minute or two of cross country, whether it's my leg or my heart or whatever. Most of the time I feel like it's my leg that comes first. Like if I ever feel like I need a little extra leg for a jump at the end of the course, I'm just like, sometimes I get exhausted, but definitely do what you can to cross train so you are still just as effective and still just as effective towards the end of the course. Favorite pair of winter breeches and winter apparel in general, same thing, Carrot. They have amazing winter pants. I cannot say enough good things about them. I recently was sent over a pair of gloves, some winter gloves, which hands down the best winter gloves I've ever tried, and a quarter zip from them. The quarter zip is not as thick as I thought it would be, but it is absolutely amazing. I actually like it more than I thought I would. So if y'all follow me on Instagram, you'll see pictures of that there. Have you ever tried competing in the hunters? Yes, but not rated. So I've done quite a few hunter schooling shows. Growing up, that's always what my trainer had us do before we progressed to eventing. So in order to event, we had to do a jumper show and a dressage show at the level we were going to compete, and then go cross-country schooling at or above the level we were going to be competing. So in order to get up to like the 2-foot level for the jumpers, in order to do the intro eventing, we always hit like the little pile of poles and cross rails and little 18-inch vertical hunters just at some schooling shows near us. So I think I've only done one hunter show on Penelope, and that was like the 2.9s a long time ago. It was a disaster. We don't go very slow, but it was fun. Do you prefer geldings or mares? They prefer geldings. I've always had mares pretty much. I don't know if any of you remember Funny. I actually don't know if she's ever been in a video, but Funny was like my first ever lease horse, or second. She was a mare. She was very mare-ish. Charlie was a little mare, and of course Penelope. So pretty much grown up around mares. I did ride Timby or Timberline for that like 2-month period and took him up to beginner novice. But yeah, no, he was cool. But I've always been a mare person just because I feel like I'm pretty outgoing, and I feel like they are too. So I feel like our personalities definitely match more, but there definitely are perks to both. Someone asks, did P max out? Definitely not. Definitely not. I only took her up through novice. I've schooled her up through training. We have schooled pretty much all of the training course at Spring Gulch, which is a cross-country course near us, and she flippin' crushes it. I have been told by many trainers that she should go prelim. However, I don't believe I am gutsy enough to do that. Maybe training someday, but probably not prelim. But definitely not. She has knees and scope for days. I'll insert some pictures here of like our biggest over jump moments at novice, and she's about 2.5 feet over the jumps. So is cross country / eventing your favorite? Yes and no. So eventing is by far my favorite. Cross country isn't always. As much as I do love it, sometimes I question the stress of it. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm definitely not as gutsy and ballsy as I was when I was younger, and I would rather probably just go like plot around novice for the 6th time and have it just feel like casual and easy than want to move up again. I would love to go training at some point in time. I just don't know. I don't know. Either way, I love show jumping and I love dressage, and I do love cross country, but sometimes the cross country stress, it just makes me so anxious. But I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. Now moving on to Instagram. This is a really long video, sorry. Would you rather stick with dressage or show jumping? That's honestly really hard. I go in phases. I love show jumping. Penelope is amazing at show jumping, but I've also gone through phases where all I want to do with her is dressage. I feel like with show jumping, I definitely have a lot more pressure to move up, and that would stress me out, so that's a toss-up. How long have you been riding? I have been riding since 5th grade, so 9.5 years, 10 years, I don't totally know. How long have you had your pony? I have had Penelope a little over 4 years, so I bought her on July 31st, 2016. Oh my goodness, that's so long ago. She didn't actually come to my barn towards the end of August, but I've had her a little over 4 years. Somebody asks, how are you and P doing? Are you jumping and eventing her? I'm doing well, P's doing well. We're not really together right now, but I'm not currently competing her, but like I said, my mom is. They're having a blast, they're winning, they're crushing it. Yes. Someone asks, are you happy that you went the pony clipper route? Makes for better horsemanship. Hands down, that was like one of the best decisions I've ever made. I cannot say enough good things about Pony Club and what it will do for you. So yes, do Pony Club, it will change your life. How are you liking Triple Creek Ranch? I love it. That is the new barn I'm riding at, and it is amazing. Everyone there is just so nice, so friendly, and it is just like the perfect environment I need. No competition, like just so friendly and low stress, and it's amazing. How's Penelope? Penelope is living life. She's probably a little chubby right now. My mom sends me pictures, but she's loving it. Jumping little 2-6 courses with my mom, going on trail rides. She's loving it. What's my favorite part of eventing? Kind of already answered this. I don't really know. I like both for different reasons, and it kind of depends on the day. How long is it going to be until you get another horse? Probably not a while, but I honestly have no idea. If I had the time for like a project pony or something, I totally would, but who knows. Dream job. I would love to go work in the defense sector at like a Lockheed Martin or a Ball and work on autonomous systems. I think that'd be amazing. Pretty much self-flying planes and drones and things like that that will get used by the military and security and yeah, our defense system. How to get good equitation over bigger jumps. By saying this, and am in no way thinking that I have great equitation. I will say it definitely goes in phases. Obviously right now I'm not in like the best jumping shape, but my equitation has gotten so much better over the years. And I think a lot of it just comes down to doing your leg workouts. Do no stirrups work every once in a while. I don't necessarily believe in no stirrup November and taking your stirrups completely off your saddle for the whole month just because it's so hard on your horse's back. But do it for the last 10 minutes of a ride twice a week, or try to do 15 minutes of just jumping position. That, when holding your leg in the right place, will really just glue your leg there and just really get it secure and much stronger. Grid work can also really help with this. Once you've developed your leg muscles, just that repetition can really get in your brain and really help your muscle memory of folding and holding your leg in the right position. How to grow your confidence over bigger fences. Start small and don't have expectations. I definitely think that rushing is bad. Rushing your confidence is gonna make for your confidence just completely dwindling in the future. It can be bad for your horses, and it can also be bad for like your physical well-being, because it'll probably mean that something else is compromising, and oftentimes it's going to be your equitation. To put it into perspective, I did like cross rails for like a year and a half. In 4 months, I went from cross rails to my first ever like 2'9" jumper show, which was absolutely nuts. I just like had the right horse at the right time. Everything kind of fell into place. And then after that, I did beginner novice for 4 years. So I definitely have like been flat, big jump, and then like plateaued again, which is totally okay. You can't have any expectations. You can't, I feel like, yeah, you can't have expectations, and you can't rush yourself too much or bad things happen. Okay, next question says, how do you get your pony fit? I think this definitely depends on the horse, but for Penelope, she's a Welsh, so she's a bit chunkier. She puts on weight fairly easily. So I do a lot of hill work with her to really just strengthen and refine her muscles, especially because the Colorado eventing terrain will oftentimes have a lot of hills in it, where if you're somewhere like California, you probably won't expect a relatively decent amount of elevation gain in the middle of your cross-country course. I also like to do a fitness ride on her about once a week. I feel like doing it a lot more can be bad and detrimental, but it definitely needs to happen. So either doing like 5-minute like gallop sets, doing just super long trot sets and trot rides, things like that, to just really work on increasing her endurance. Do you clip P? No. We don't have an indoor, which means once it snows, she's not being ridden very hard at all. Pretty much just like walk, trot a little bit if the arena allows for it. And then we do have an indoor weekend trail or two. We typically will do that maybe once a month, but not enough to the point where it's worth clipping her. Also, where I live, when it gets cold, it will be like -8 degrees, and that would be very freezing on a little pony. Favorite small shows in Colorado for a first-time hunter jumper. So I grew up doing the Quadra series, which is a Colorado Western Hunter Jumper Association. And like I did them last year too. They're so fun and just super chill. That is in like the Carbondale Aspen area. That is as far as I've ever gone for a schooling show, but I know that Hobby Horse Farms has a lot of great schooling shows. I think it's called Sunrise Equestrian. They also do a lot. I know of a lot in like the Boulder, Fort Collins area. I don't know a ton down towards Parker, but typically if I'm gonna travel over Vail Pass, it's for a recognized show, so I don't really know anything other than like Quadra. Are you gonna move Penelope to Triple Creek? Not as of right now, like I said before, just because I feel like I don't have the time that she deserves, but never say never. And then last but not least is favorite Tat Companies. I kind of already mentioned this earlier. Carrots for sure. Love my Charles Owens with a passion. EcoGold's amazing. What else? I really like my Magic Keep cross country boots. They're made without neoprene. Highly recommend those. If you look through my Instagram, it'll probably be pretty obvious what I use a lot and what I like. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you all enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe right down below if you have not already. I really appreciate all the love and support. So I hope y'all have an awesome day. Peace out. Bye.